Alright, hello Internet, welcome back to the final episode of Stasis.
We're in the trash where we belong.
Yes. Welcome to Mortal Kombat 2.
Welcome to our just desserts.
I don't know, this scientist, I have no idea how much power he has.
I found her. Your wife is in the military wing. I'm on my way
Wait,
there.
what?
I mean, he seems so powerful, and that he can preemptively plan this revenge instead of a big revenge, but he can't stop you.
Assisted selected suicide lottery.
Oh no.
The state wins in the long run, and with one less welfare case. Did I have a say in this? No. Wow.
Oops, just my luck. Turns out there's a 100% chance of winning.
Oh, huh.
I don't think there is, but I'm guessing that's what is being implied.
I don't know, it could be like... In dystopian futures like this, a lot of times you get these like massive lower classes, and if only several thousand people got picked, probably not 100%.
Yeah. Also, I like that final line there.
Fuck you, Maggie. Deleted and or damaged.
Yeah, you know, it's in the acid room.
So he walked in a hazmat suit and then drank the goo?
I guess. Or he just died while hiding out in here.
5 Teflon fingers.
5 Teflon finger discount.
That's my Devo cover band.
Also, from this point in the game, I actually solved all these puzzles without needing a walkthrough.
Okay. I'm in the military wing.
I just got used to all the dumb shit happening.
Ooh, are we gonna throw the acid water balloon at Dr. Malin?
You'll hear him before you see him.
Now we're gonna open up a grate with it.
Okay.
We're gonna push him through the Stargate.
You're getting closer.
Ooh. Are we just gonna throw him into space?
Killed by his own monsters, of course, but probably in a stupid way. It's gonna be simultaneously ironic and stupid.
Calm yourself. Panic and you won't make it. Focus.
Also, this feels like
Wait,
an out of place
yeah.
line for John.
That doesn't...
Yeah, that's weird.
I think those I feel like they're supposed to be reversed.
Is this his, like, refocusing point?
I guess he's doing okay for all the shaking up he was.
You know, I have a new appreciation for Dr. Malin's vision.
I'm in a storage locker.
Look at this, this is pretty good.
I'll contact you when I'm clear.
Yeah, Flesh Mountain.
The fake arm next to a real arm.
Oxygen processor has experienced a critical failure. Center for immediate evacuation.
Okay, so whoever doesn't get in that escape pod's dead.
I can't see it working like that.
Wait, what?
Huh?
Wrap the limb...
Huh.
Right, so it doesn't shock you to death.
Regeneration lab.
Yep, you can also die there.
Legs.
One step at a time. How close are you to Ellen?
She's in a storage bay. 2 floors up. I'm close.
Oh, good lie. Quick on her feet. I appreciate that.
So doesn't John more or less know that she's not...
Well, so one of the things you have to remember is remember all those remember all the human cloning experiments and stuff like that we've been through.
Okay. Oh fuck! Is Zeus bowling?
No, those hybrids are apparently just made of like steel.
I'm in the cargo bay. I'm close. 5 4.
Was that
To be fair, that sounds like a poorly translated euphemism for rain from another country.
What is it? Is she okay?
Yes. Yes. Sorry, John. She's fine. Still in stasis. I'm going to have to find a way to move her to the hangar.
Yeah, just toss some viscera into those cogs.
Careful.
That's how you do it. That's how you do a cybernetic dystopia.
Whoa.
Test 1, 2.
Wouldn't be the first time we shove something gross into some gears.
So that was actually the hybrid that killed Rebecca, just literally fell out of the ceiling and died?
Maybe. I don't know.
We got our revenge. We solved a puzzle with him.
Almost at the hangar.
Oh, PDA time.
John, I need to explain the situation.
Don't die right now. Oh.
You stop my exposition. I stop your exposition.
It's only fair.
Alright. Oh, what the...
I hope these are short.
Fine, I'll take it. I try real hard not to think any less of Scotty, but I swear the boy ain't got a caring bone in his body. Plus, I bet he don't know what any of those big words he uses mean. He's always hinting that when we're back home, we can be partners in business. I got myself a job on a damn spaceship. Does he reckon I'd need any help getting the job?
Yeah, so this is an Abbott and Costello pairing here, maybe.
Back before the rapid transport system was running through the Groom Lake, folks used to get around in these really slow transport pods. I found one tucked behind a pile of storage crates. I've been working on it for maybe a month now. I reckon I can get it working. Scotty played an April Fool's joke on me, dumped some water on me while I was working on the pod. I accidentally cut him real bad with a wrench. Anyways, I'm gonna play a little joke on him and set his favorite book on fire. Not today, sometime when he won't expect it. Pod's going along great. A couple more months and maybe I can test it out. My kid brother Judd would be so proud. He used to help me work on cars all the time. One time we was fixing the brakes on this old clunker when one of the jacks broke. I know he's in a better place now, but I still feel bad. I pray about it every day, and I know that God knows that I didn't mean to do it. I promised to him I'm not trying to be so angry anymore. All finished. Had to get the parts printed with the nanite machine, but I'm sure Stefan didn't mind much. Can't wait to try it out.
Right, so everyone on the ship is a murderer?
Yeah, all of them. I made sure it would work. I ain't stupid. It's getting real hard to breathe and just pray about stuff. People like Scotty, God lets him live for some reason or another. Albert noticed some strange mushroom stuff growing all over engineering today. Guess we're gonna have to get cleaning. Good news and bad news, we have to scrub like mama on laundry day, so the gunk is just about gone. Bad news is, it's all over the damn place. Scotty's been really nice since I burned that book of his. Scotty's nice every day. The Bible said he'd change if I was nice to him, and look what happened. A little bit of bread goes a long way in the house of God. Damn, this ain't good. Ship's on level 7 lockdown. Looks like we're gonna get real familiar with one another down here. Folks must have gotten mighty hungry. Screens are echoing everywhere. Scotty and me are gonna lock down engineering, shut down the baskets, and close the umbilical bridge. Keep them away from the twins.
Oh, twins. That sounds fun.
Merry Christmas. It's Judd all over. I swear I didn't mean to. I couldn't get Scotty to shut it and stop making a ruckus. Just wanted to shut him up. I swear I didn't push too hard, but for God's sake, he was being so damn loud. It just gets to where a guy can't take it no more. He thought he was better than me all along. Well, he's dead now, staring at me. Gotta tuck him away somewhere. I hear him. He's been laughing, crying, cracking jokes. He won't stop. Can't get him to stop. Folks say I can fix just about anything with a screwdriver. Already fixed Scotty. Already fixed Judd. God wants us to pick folks up when they're broken. Can I fix me? Sure. Okay, so...
Attempting to fix pod terminal. They got it working. Sort what backspace doesn't work. On, open. How do I get access to the other functions? Fuck you, you ain't a goddamn radio is invalid. Or its recipient is currently offline.
Good update.
Terminal now recognizes the pod. Pod door hydraulics can be accessed but not opened. Pod is ready to roll. Terminal works well enough but cannot erase test posts.
So, that guy down in the garbage pit, it's sort of implied that this whole place is sort of a refuge for recidivists, sociopaths, and assholes.
Yeah. And it seems like at least half of them are working for other corporations.
Also, the first time I played this game, I discovered that when in that animation, John and the seat are two different objects. Because when I first did this, the seat went in and then John went in. And I wish I had that recorded because it looks super goofy.
No doubt.
It's a weird dichotomy with the crew of this ship, though, because they're either sociopaths or tragically naive.
Yeah, but only a couple of them.
Creatures are following their base instincts. Breeding, eating.
Mate Jugend Vesile.
These spinning spider webs?
E-touch.
I think this is all mold and fungus.
Maybe.
It's all the weird mold made of humans.
I was looking at the translucent, like, lines through the air.
Some sort of pestilential grime.
With the
Creeping
softness and
phlegm. It's
porousness
creeping
of chewing.
phlegm, Kevin.
With the softness and porousness of chewing gum. Also, we're gonna come up on a site here that I don't begin to understand.
Okay, I'm ready.
The tower. Maintenance and
Look at the
repair
right there.
solid waste disposal
Ah,
facility is overdue by
that's not abstract at all.
9,120
Zordon?
days.
Oh, for rid of escaped.
Looks like
Bring
I'm
me
sealed in for
5 slug
construction.
men with attitude.
Okay, is that supposed to be somebody? Is that Baxman?
I don't know.
Never seen anything as disgusting as this place.
Alright, who gooped up the puzzle element?
Anyway, we also picked up a plasma cutter.
Okay, that's handy.
Yeah?
We came all the way over here just to pick up that plasma cutter.
And a battery.
Okay.
We're not gonna acknowledge the fungus face?
Nope, there's no interactions with it.
Okay.
Also, you notice that the old maintenance pods still say the tower, which was the old name of the ship.
Alright, bye, Olmec. Labyrinth-ass motherfucker.
Oh, there it is!
There what is?
John turned before the chair did.
Oh. Shit.
Yep, that's what a fridge does.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's pretty on the nose for a refrigerator's description.
Also, just to complete the Dead Space stuff, we do get a plasma cutter at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And to further complete the Dead Space, we're stomping corpses.
Yeah, I need that. We need that eye for a really stupid reason.
I assume a biometric scanner? You're up, Kevin.
Sherwood would make for a useful business partner, but I can't even suggest it without him erupting into a fit of rage, beginning to rant. That ain't how it's done in my family. Does the man honestly expect to get anywhere without once taking help from those more intelligent than he is?
He burned my book.
The Groom Lake has been a pleasure to be aboard thus far, much more entertaining than being on Earth. Even my family's private island isn't this entertaining. Granted, there isn't much left to do now that all the indigenous animals have been hunted and killed. Space, however, is infinite. I bet he wishes he was on that island now. I feel as though planning an April Fool's joke almost 2 weeks in advance is a little pathetic, especially when the plan consists of a single prank pouring water on Jared. I poured water on him, just a little glass, and the consequence? The hulking dimwit chased me down the corridor with a wrench, slicing a reasonable portion of my forehead open. I'm not thoroughly convinced he's deranged and will be doing some investigation. After agreeing to transfer a sum of money, I convinced Dr. Graham to obtain Jared's medical records for me. Jared really is mentally ill. He suffers from outbursts of rage. According to one report, he murdered his brother by crushing him to death with a car. It goes on to note that Jared believes it to be the will of the Lord, capitalized just like that. How in the hell did he manage to get a position in the most important area of the ship? I'll have to stay on his good side. I'm beginning to miss my father's mansion more with each passing day. Having maids and chefs to cater to me is how I was raised. To be responsible for cleaning up after myself and walking all the way to the mess hall for food remains a challenge. Sometimes I question my own sanity. I briefly criticized Jared's hobby of repairing that old transport pod, and oh, the daggered stare he gave me in return. What did I think I could possibly accomplish by talking to him about it? Unbelievable, he burned my thesaurus. Jared marched toward me, ripped it from my hands, and set it on fire. Then he screamed April Fools and sprinted away, waving burning pages above his head. I can't begin to say how many times I've retyped my entries. They feel not as good. There's a better word, I swear it. I'd kill to get my thesaurus back. How can anyone respect me if I don't sound smart? I give up. I ran into Dr. Grain today, and he remarked I sounded like less of a pretentious asshole. Guess I should just talk like an ordinary person from now on. Oh hey, ordinary's a pretty big word. My arms hurt. It was hard work to get all that fungus out of the generators. We did it, though. Cleaning is not easy. I feel a sense of accomplishment.
Okay, I appreciate this guy.
I guess Jared isn't all bad. He apologized to me today for losing his temper so often. And you know what? I apologized in return. I don't remember the last time I did that. Holy shit, it turns out the guy had a bunch of rations tucked away. He shared them with me, even though he's almost out. If I don't starve to death here, I may have to put him in charge of Tanaka Investments charity, which doesn't exist. Yet. Rations are here. We have just enough food in the freezer to last us. We're far less hungry than the guys manning the twins. I have to say, I'm impressed. Not sure how those guys have had the energy to keep us afloat with so little to eat. Those guys are titans. Engineering is now on total lockdown. We have to keep whatever those things are away from the generators. I don't think that we'll ever see the light of day again. At least when I die, it'll be with the only real friend I ever had.
Wow. And then he
Then he got shoved in a fridge.
then he got yeah.
And then we got Nye.
All right.
Yeah, then we got his eye.
It's got to be a biometric scanner, right?
Yes, it's just in a stupid place.
In the Visitor Center expansion.
Yeah, so we end this game by going to the visitor center. Also, I don't know why this classified medical research ship has a visitor center.
Yeah, that does seem...
It's for the investors, Matt.
Oh yeah, for the board of trustees.
You gotta put a happy face on your horrible murder house.
Sometimes literally, in the case of that insect queen.
Right.
Any passengers requiring special assistance to begin boarding at this time.
So anyway, to get access to the maintenance panel on this power loader, we need a biometric scan.
Ah, yes. And there's a pad that just has the words retinal scanner.
Also, as far as I know, this wouldn't work. The way that I understand retinal scanners work, you have to be alive. Like, the eye has to dilate and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember learning that actually from Splinter Cell.
Yeah.
It was the rationale why you couldn't kill guys. Hey, there's a big model of the Groom Lake.
Hey, look, developers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
Macho Madness coming at ya!
It's crime time, motherfuckers. Okay, we're done.
That was fun.
We symbolically destroyed the Groom Lake by destroying the actual Groom Lake.
Trusts that you'll enjoy your stay. Please ensure your personal data tag is
phonograph?
updated with your medical history and is functioning correctly. Kane Mining Limited was founded in 2050. Henry Kane was appointed to exercise control over East Asian Pacific.
I just noticed his name is Henry Kane.
Asset acquisition.
But could he have worn something a little bit better than like a polo shirt with stripes on it?
95-year-old Henry Kane in the prime of his life.
That is kind of funny.
Did you know
95
Henry
years old in the prime of his life.
was rebranded as
When I think
Kane
he's saying it's a young
Corporation
picture of him.
2090.
People just live a lot longer these days.
Maybe. Like the real Gloom Lake, it was still collapsed under its own weight.
January the 26th, 2000. His mother Clara was a store clerk, and his father Edmund was a
Store
veterinarian.
clock.
Yeah, this is I can't tell if this is like a text-to-speech engine. It pronounces things super weird.
Hendry.
The tower was rechristened the
Maybe all the
Groom
voice
Lake
actors died in the eugenics war.
When she left Dryden and began her journey towards the outer planets. Charles Clark Kane has proudly taken over the reins from his father and continues his family's legacy.
C4 and C5.
A replica of a statue of remembrance that stands in Washington, D.C.
Remembrance of the eugenics wars, I imagine.
In 2077,
Yeah,
a mile
I
below the
guess.
surface, Camp 571 in Japan produced a treasure trove of medical research documentation.
Huh.
Did you know? Henry Kane served in the military and was a decorated naval aviator. The rapid advancement of medical research and its auxiliary studies culminated in the perfection of genetic manipulation.
Yeah, perfection. That's what I call all this.
In the Cold War, the eugenics age far exceeded selective breeding. In 2049, a worldwide ban was placed on unapproved genetic modification.
Alright, so now we get to the lifeboat and Dr. Madeline punches us out.
Welcome to the family, son.
No, I think it's more likely that, what's her name? Taya is gonna punch us out.
Goodbye!
I'm taking your wife, too.
What? No fair. I want to see a DLC with Taya where she's just like sitting in a room with a recorder, just waiting for you to do all this.
Well, there is DLC out now.
Oh.
I know it has I know it has a female pro tag. I don't know much more than that. And for some reason, this part of the ship just looks like a cathedral.
Well, yeah, that's almost exactly the Dead Space thing.
What? Is he really stopping right here to
say the opening line of the game? Yeah.
Gilded airlock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the visitor center. This is for
guess,
the investors. You gild everything. Oh, hey,
so
we
one
were
thing I
both
didn't
right.
realize here, we're standing on a balcony.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Really are a roach, Mr. Maracek.
John, shoot him.
You can tell he's a villain because he rolls his R's.
I may have pulled the trigger, so to speak, but you and Miss Hensley loaded the gun.
Has he always had this accent?
Yes, kind of. It changes constantly.
Monster? By whose standards do you call me a monster? The
Is he
morals
Irish or
of men
Arabic?
Don't apply to gods.
Yes, he's all accents.
Wait, sorry, where was this made again?
South Africa.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
So anyway, if we try and shoot him with the plasma cutter, he's got a force field which deflects it and then he shoots us.
Has been breached. Containment protocols activated. Security lockdown.
That could have gone better.
So one thing, our inventory fell off.
Storage device damaged that door.
Our what?
Our quantum storage device is now sitting on the floor far away from us.
Scapula damaged.
And we broke our leg real bad.
It's a lot of
Yeah,
blood.
I'm pretty sure you can't... Unless it got cut off by the airlock, I don't think you can break your leg that bad from a fall.
Did you... Have we got her?
I do. She's here.
It's over. It's all over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over.
I'm sorry, it wasn't supposed to end like this. Waking you was a mistake, John. But I'm happy to have met you.
I don't understand. Tear, what do you mean? You woke me. Answer me!
We needed a way to transport the research off the Groom Lake. And your wife's bone marrow was a perfect storage device.
What?
Because remember, our wife is the perfect hybrid host.
Right.
Yes! It's about research. Worth billions,
Anyway,
John.
I'm so surprised by this heel turn.
So you caused all of this. You let those things loose.
No, I'm not that sloppy. The idiots we sent to get your wife's body turned off all the containment protocols. We lost Ellen in all the chaos. That pussy Yuri was on his way to you when Milan got involved.
On his way to get my DNA.
It was the only way to locate the data carrier in this shitfest. Old man Kane will be rolling in his grave when I sell his secrets.
You're just like Milan.
Is that what you think? John, do you love your wife? Well, I loved my husband, and Kane's security forces murdered him during a protest. Kane Corporation took everything from me, and now I will burn them to the ground.
You don't have to do this. You don't.
2 stasis pods, son. It was never gonna happen.
Self-structure preservation engaged. Celestigraphic coordinates confirmed. Autopilot has been engaged. Time to departure. 15 minutes.
Oh, John's really a mess there.
You never had any intention
Oh, there he
of
is.
helping me. You used me. You used my family.
This is not personal.
Not personal. You bitch.
Guilty.
Anyway, we've only got 1 item left in our inventory.
Huh.
Right.
And I remember the thing about the guns.
Right.
Yeah. Fuck.
The guns just fucked up the other stasis pod, didn't they?
Yep.
This vessel has been cleared for departure.
Way to shoot, you asshole. She wasn't even moving.
You know, you'd think that there'd be a bit more of a pause on the vessel being cleared for departure right after
That's
a
fine.
live fire incident.
Yeah.
Also, how is he walking?
He's fine now.
He shattered both his leg bones.
Nah, he's fine. Look at that. It's a perfect walk. I mean, look at it.
Look
The
at
evidence
that.
speaks for itself.
Look at that puddle of blood he left on a metal mesh.
That is pretty thick, yeah.
It's gone now, though.
Yeah, Taya's still there, though.
Yeah, that's real.
So why did it kill her and not you while you were holding it briefly?
Because, so the way it was explained by the devs is that the quantum storage device puts it somewhere else in space. So you notice the blue flash was us activating the quantum storage device as we were lobbing it at her.
But, so when we had to have it surgically removed, we could have just turned it off for a while?
You can't turn it, no, because the PDTs were in our body. When you put them in the quantum storage unit, they go in a hammer space, basically.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, this last part here is a part that has spawned a 30+ page discussion thread on the Steam community page for this game.
What could be worth 30 pages of discussion?
Oh no, what's in the tank? What?
So yeah, she was dead.
But why though? Who was dead?
Was that?
Yeah, see, this is the exact reason. So that was Ellen in
Yeah.
the tube.
So we just sent a clone away, or a hybrid, or something?
It's possible that Ellen was that we actually killed Ellen when we pulled the battery out of the life support system.
Thank you,
Or it's
Roboto
possible-
translation.
Or it's also possible that the thing that we killed was a clone of Ellen. I'm not sure.
So in other words, and then the Ellen that we sent away on the stasis pod must have been another one, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure which one's the real one and which one. And the devs are keeping our mom on this because
Right.
they don't want to. They wanted the ending to be up to interpretation.
Right. So, final thoughts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least with that little bit, they managed to take away all the achievement that we accomplished during the game.
Yeah, although the thing that people say, and it's apparently this is supposed to go back to reinforcing the central point of the opening, but I don't quite see it because the whole idea is man without a family shivers alone in the cold, basically. But
sure,
that's a quote to me that feels like if a man rejects his family, that's what awaits him, and in this case, it was just taken from us. Like
Yeah.
this is a downfall that we don't feel worthy of.
It's not a tragic downfall because there was no tragedy.
It's a recapitulation of the of the opening line without the moral attached.
Yeah.
So, like,
and
this hasn't been a bad game.
Yeah.
Like, it's an alright game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, there's a lot of places where it could have been a much better game.
The only problems were the writing and the plot and the puzzles and the animations.
The graphics were alright.
Graphics were good for a team by two-man team.
And the sound design was better in the original file, I'm sure.
Yeah, the sound design was better before my audio card just fucked up real bad. I have no idea what happened there. There are a lot of like stock sound effects in there, but they do a good job masking them.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like some of the parts were weird, especially with Malin, who apparently could arrange to get your daughter and put her in a massive simulation bedroom and then release a hybrid in it with a giant viewport. With
that was kind of the part where I'm just like, what?
Yeah. And like, I'm God, you can't judge me.
Yeah, I think the thing that you said there, and the thing that I also felt, and the thing that James felt is like, this room was built specifically to torture John.
Yeah. What other purpose could it hold?
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't know why it just has a door that lets hybrids into it.
Why does it have like a 20-foot one-way mirror? What's even the point?
Also, why did Taya resurrect him?
I think the plan was he was supposed to be resurrected, or he was supposed to be pulled out of the stasis tank, and then Yuri was supposed to get there and like basically kill him and take like a sample.
Yeah, they're just gonna nab him.
Because he wasn't going to fight back. Like, he had to, remember, when he woke up, he had arrhythmia and, like, a collapsed lung.
Yeah, he was going to get grabbed by the ghoulies.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but what... She's telling about finding DNA, except that a husband and wife don't share any DNA, hopefully.
So I think the thought... I think the thought there was that, okay, we know where John is. If we can get John, we can find his child. If we can find his child, we can find the wife.
Okay, I guess.
Because that's the route we followed in the game.
Yeah, except that, like, apparently the things didn't really go to hell until somebody went there to try to get John out.
Yeah, there was something there about turning off the containment protocols, but that also seems to contradict the thing that Milan was saying, because Milan said they let all the hybrids loose to just kill everybody they didn't like.
I will say that Taya did seem a little bit thick.
In which way?
Well... It's consistent that just sort of like, we'll launch him out of stasis and some stuff will happen maybe. At the end there, like, he was just sort of walking towards her and she was just like, oh yeah, sure, I'll just keep filling with this shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was behind it all, yeah.
I'm literally I'm standing 2 feet away from where the other crazy guy met his end.
I don't know.
Also, one thing that does kind of disappoint me is that at no point during the game are we ever threatened by a hybrid.
Well, point and click adventures,
for as much as they're set up as like the big monsters, like it could have been like an obstacle or something.
There was the mutation pit.
There was the clone vat we had to go through. I just feel like they spent a lot of time in this game hyping up how deadly these monsters were, and we rarely, if ever, saw them, and at no point did they ever threaten us.
Yeah, well, there was that one that grabbed the cat right in front of us.
Yeah, yeah.
It never came for us.
Oh god, did that just happen?
Yeah.
Did that really just happen?
Good kitty.
And also the thing you were saying is like that it's also unfortunate that the thing that undoes Milan is not one of his like terrible monsters like ripping him apart.
Yeah.
We don't get a way to get that very specific revenge.
Right, like the last hybrid we saw was the dead one that fell from the ceiling to give us its guts.
Which means it probably actually was the one that killed Rebecca.
Maybe, I don't know. There's a bunch of them.
There's probably some of his child in those guts he threw in the cogs.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's meaningful.
No, I don't think it is.
Probably not. The cogs of fate.
Why did he rig the lights to go up right when the guy's daughter died? Like, just I mean, it seems like a cheap way to avoid animation.
Yeah.
Well, it was a way to avoid like a child dying on screen.
Yeah, it was a way to avoid that too. I mean, I feel like they did the other. I feel like the other thing also happened, which is you see the monster pull back, and then there's just a giant blood spray.
Yeah.
And that hides the rest of it.
It stomps forward at like half a mile an hour, and then the lights flicker for 2 seconds, and all there is a blood spray and a missing everything.
Yeah.
Sort of a weeping angel sort of deal.
Kinda. It doesn't kill you as nicely.
Depends if you're talking about the new ones or the old ones.
I didn't know there were new ones. I haven't watched Doctor Who in a while.
They came back in one episode, and this time they just snap your neck when they get to you.
Okay, that's super lame.
Yeah, it really is.
But yeah, I feel like we could do an entire discussion on this, and I kind of want to have a post, like a full post-mortem on it, because I feel like there's a lot we could learn from the writing of this game.
Yeah, there's good things here. There's good things to talk about.
There's good things to talk about. There's also a lot of ways not to invent a light bulb.
Sure. So I guess we'll see you then if you're interested in listening to that, dear audience.
Yes. All right, and until next time, good night, Internet.
Good night.
Goodbye.